Hi, I'm May, and this is week 2 of the challenge I'm following of DrawTober 2025 by Painterly Petal on Twitter. Now, if you haven't seen the first week of challenges, I highly recommend you watch that first before getting into this one. But basically, I'm challenging myself to draw every day for the full month of October and following these challenges in the monochrome color scheme. Recently, I felt a need to push myself creatively and get back into the spirit of drawing what I love because I love it, not for an assignment or because it's needed or due. And this week was definitely a challenge in keeping myself interested in the work I'm doing and seeing it through. Especially because I feel like these lists were a lot more open-ended than the last week, which had some more tight-knit days. But enough being said, let's get into it. Day 8 was Demon, and I feel like after the first 7 days, I was really struggling to continue, so this was more a relaxed day of drawing a demon girl and loosening up for the week. I ended up using a brush that I liked in the moment, but when I was looking at it all over again, I kind of just wish I used the brush from my other days just because I kind of like the more rugged charcoal look rather than the more cleaner work for this whole challenge. I don't know, it just kind of gives me the right vibe and energy. Maybe it's just me. Overall, I think she's kind of really cute. I really do like the earrings. I was trying to draw a lantern shape, but I don't think it turned out that way. But you know what? It's still cute, so it's fine. Day 9 was Celestial, and I honestly was so stumped that I combined it with Day 12, Nightmare. At first, I was kind of leaning into a moon and sun theme, with the sun looking over at the moon who's wallowing. But the more I drew it, the more I didn't like it, and I ended up scrapping the idea completely because I felt like it didn't really match the aesthetic of Celestial. I ended up coming back onto this day when it was day 12, and I ended up just combining the 2 days together and kind of had them dance. Now, I remember mentioning this on the last video of DrawTober, but I hate those horror movie characters with their wet hair sticking to their face and just the whole undead girl concept. And I wanted to bring it back to the theme nightmares because it's definitely my nightmare, but I ended up drawing her a lot cuter than I think she'd look in my nightmares. Maybe that's how I'll get over my fear. Overall, I was very happy with this day, and I think it's one of my favorites so far. Day 10 was Dragon, and I have always really liked drawing Pokemon, and I've never really had the chance to draw Dratini specifically before, and I've always loved the simplicity of the design, so I really wanted to draw that Pokemon and their trainer. It's been some time since I've drawn trainers based on Pokemon, so I feel like it was definitely a little bit nostalgic to be able to do that all over again and just have fun just making a little simple design with their Pokemon and just have them looking over at them. I think it's really cute, and maybe I'll continue that series in the future. Who knows? We'll see. Day 11 was Blood, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of blood. When I was choosing what I wanted to go into as an adult and study, I specifically did not choose the medical field because I hate blood. I can't stand looking at it, less having to handle it. It's too much for me. I feel like a lot of people choose not to follow the medical industry because they discover they have a fear or a phobia to something related to it. And for me, that was definitely blood. I can't do it. So for this one, I wanted to go back to an earlier day in the challenge of vampire and draw a vampire girl eating a bloody cake instead of doing something that's really gory. It's not really my style and it's not really my thing. So when looking at this, the girl looks like May, and that wasn't intentional, but the curly short hair and the birthday hat did not help the case. So maybe it's just her baking a cake, vampire edition. We don't know. Day 13 was Rats, and I was kind of thinking about the Pied Piper leading Rats, but instead of it being the Piper, I like to think there's a ballerina dancing, and she just dances, and Rats can't help but put on their tutus and join her. I don't know. Really random. I thought it would be really cute. My favorite rat is definitely the one on the right with its teeth out. That rat is having a blast. This was definitely one of the pieces I had the most fun with. I've never really drawn rats before, and I probably won't in the future, But it's good to know that the one time I draw them, it's them dancing in tattoos and then just having a fun time. It's kind of cute. I really like it. Day 14 was great, and for this one, I wanted to draw a girl visiting the grave of her friend who was complaining about the life of an undead. I like to think they visit and gossip to each other about life and the undead, and despite her friend now being a ghost, they can still just enjoy these moments and just be happy with each other. I had the most fun with this piece just because I gave them their own little world and concept, and I like the idea of bonds extending past life itself. It's kind of sweet to think friendships will take any form and that her friend is willing to visit her gravesite all the time to hear her talk and complain about drama of other ghosts and what they're dragging her into currently. And with that, the second week of DrawTober is completed, and I'm kind of getting used to creating these works and starting to incorporate stories into them. It makes the process a lot more fun for me, and it keeps me a lot more interested in the process in general. I hope you guys will stay tuned to listen to week 3 of my DrawTober challenge, and if you like what you see, you can always subscribe. I'm on a mission to post new videos weekly, and I hope you guys will join me for that ride. If you end up doing this challenge, you can at me at MayanaStar on Twitter, and I would love to see your interpretations of the different days. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good morning, evening, or night.